Alrighty, what's up? Yo, yo, yo. Have you heard of a company called Coute, C-O-U-T-E? Ecoot. I got like, uh, I was like intrigued because I got this ad that was oddly catered to me for a change on YouTube, and I was like, holy shit, I actually am interested. Thank you for this. But it is this. I'll post it in the chat. It's a headphone for audio lovers, but it's a vacuum tube headphone. So it brings the mids out, and I was doing all these research after like checking it out because I thought it was bullshit because it seemed too good to be true. But I was like, oh, and this people did all these like comparisons. I thought you'd like it. I'm like, dude, Tio is gonna buy this just like I am when as soon as my payout from Apex is approved. Like this is probably one of the toys I'll buy myself, the FU to the wife kind of thing, where it's like she'd be like, where'd you get that? I'm like, what do you want? You want something? Here, say the word, you know. But yeah, it's a it looks pretty good so far. The reviews for it look like it's pretty good in terms of like getting that old vintage feel. With your new keyboard coming, I would imagine you'd love it. You can get up to 20 hours per charge, so wireless or with a cable. Yeah, I just did. It's a bit pricey, but what anything that's good is gonna be, right? But I'm all about it. I'm just yeah. I'm ready to like I have like what is it called? AirBuds, AirPods, whatever you want to call them, but I just don't like the earbuds, man. They suck. I use them when I'm working out or running or whatever, but if I'm lifting weights at home now, like that'd be cooler to have like something more, you know, with a little bit of bump to it. I had some award-winning studio headphones back in the day when I was producing, so you definitely need a good pair of studio headphones. I have some old ones that were winner ones by Bear Dynamic, but they're a bit like the cable's not detachable. There's all sorts of. It's not wireless. Like it's not made for modern audiences. You know, it's like a decade. It's like a decade and a half or 2 decades old. Should we power level? Yeah, because because we don't have so much time. Boom, 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 boom. Doom, boom, boom, boom. That'll be nice to use them on stream too, because then I can have wireless. Like, I could just connect to my computer and I could lean back in my chair some more. There's multiple applications for it. Right now I'm using like a gamer's headset for when I was using it for like PS4. But this is a decent, it's cheap though. It's only like $100. Not like the audio quality is anything to wave a stick at. Say what? Oh yeah. The monitors. I was looking at monitors for a while, but it's like my room is soundproof, but it's still, yeah. I wonder gets picked up by the Shure mic and stuff. Like it's not as practical for all applications. But yeah, definitely if you're trying to make a track radio ready, you need like a really good pair of monitors to like see how the lows really hit. Nice. Yeah, this is the volume point of control at 773. And you just cleared out all the delta, so you're break even on the delta for the day. A 92 lot entered where you said you were at 768, so that's the first large, quote unquote, relatively speaking, large for the hour we're in. 92 lots at 768 seller. That's funny. Yeah, tow trucks are they're kind of like vultures. I remember when I worked at the bank, there was like a tow truck company that like literally parked outside the bank for when bank customers would use the hotel parking like across the street, and they would just like sharks snoop them up like shoom, and they'd be in to use the ATM for like 5 minutes and their car would be gone. And they'd come in and ask me like, yeah, my car's gone, do you know what? And I'm like, oh, you see that sign in front of the hotel? It said no parking, call this number. Yeah, you gotta call that number now. They're like, but I was like, yeah, man, they're normally waiting around the corner for you. They were notorious. I was like, damn, dude, they're heartless. How could you be so heartless? And then swimming with other gay fish. Yeah. Is that what, that was you commenting yesterday? Somebody's, yeah. Somebody was just mentioning that, like, if you appear on the radar for getting, like, a payout of an exorbitant amount or something, they try to put more red tape in place so that you get frazzled, and then it disturbs your flow, and then you have to... I knew a guy that did that because it was during the Apex 3.0 rule switch over, and he was doing discretionary trading, but he was doing like 5 lot minis, and it was just like he was taking, like, I was asking him how many trades were you taking, and he was taking upwards of like 30 or 40, and I was like, do you have any like criteria for that, or what's your RR? And he's like, it's normally like, you know, 1-to-1. Sometimes I let it run, and it's like it was like totally, you know, not consistent. So I don't know, like that in that guy's case, it was like they wanted to see why he was choosing to hit the button, basically, and he had to like record himself. And then, but it was, yeah. Yeah, like that's kind of one of the side reasons. I've never had it happen to me, but that's also why I stream, even though nobody really watches my stream. It's a record. So if they're like, when did you enter? And I'm like, look at the time, and I have the time and date, and I'm talking about what I'm seeing here at 22:33 of this date, you know. Like it's pretty much, you know, I have a document already ready for them if that ever occurs. You know what I mean? Because I've heard of it happening, but like I know it's like there was a dude I knew that had like 20 accounts or whatever, and he was trying to take like a 20 times like $3,000 payout, you know. He was like 2 million profitable, like. So it was like, yeah, before they do that, they want to make sure you're not a windfall person, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've been through the ringer in terms of like, I've been on a tilt where it's like I've gotten denied before too. And so all of these precautionary things are to keep myself accountable to myself and to them and to the world and stuff, so that it's basically like, yeah, it's a stopgap to the trader demons, kind of. And it seems to, like, it seems mean by them at the time, because they're kind of like your daddy, like telling you, like, no, you can't have an extra cookie, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah. Right. Right, right. They're like, how dare you simplify trading? It's supposed to be difficult. I think they also, if you're profitable in a multiple, like, you know, in a consistent way, they want to get in with you. So they want to make sure before they copy trade you or put you in the pool of traders that they monitor for the go ahead to copy trade you, that you're not just a windfall type, you know. Because they're slinging like probably like 100 lots with all the eval money they got, so they can basically like copy trade real traders that are profitable, and then they can take it to the bank with them, and that's why they can pay them out. Right. And they also can sell that data, like, you know, how TopStep has like a tilt function, right? And oh, okay. Well, they have like all of their people on TopStep X, like where they're leaning. Like right now it says 59% long, 41% short for NQ, and 60% long and 40% for gold. But they have a probably different tilt of top 1% profitable traders that they know which side to be on. You know what I mean? And it's not just you if you're profitable, but a pool of like 100 really good traders that are, you know, 70% long off the Bollinger Band. You know what I mean? So that's why they want to know your strategy too. So they'll be like, okay, these guys are onto something. Let's buy 100 here. Right. Right. So the average tilt that TopStep shows is for everyone, profitable or not. So most times it's wrong. So it says 63% long. You're like, you might want to reconsider, you know, like, but you know, sometimes, you know, everyone can be right. And then they push the button to freeze their software, it looks like, but you know, hypothetically, but and so yeah, I'm guessing there's multiple angles to the question that they're asking in that regard. It's not always, it's sometimes to trip people up, and I've seen that 5 mini lot dude get tripped up and he was really peeved that he had to wait, and I was like, yeah, but if you're profitable, just put in the extra days, who cares? Like, it shouldn't be like, yeah, another 8 days, so what, you know? But it's like, yeah, that was the end of the year email. It seemed like they're getting it to where your payout approval will be faster because your daily you know, impressions will be easily monitored, which is nice, I guess. So they're trying to reinvest into the monitoring software end of things to make it easier for everyone, which is cool. General. $10 minutes, essentially, till open. Alright, so I finally got all of 6's clouds limit breaks, so now I can equip Omni Slash. Yay. Dork alert. For me? Are you talking to me? Ah. Damn. That'll be cool. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Yep. Yeah, that whole self-sabotage thing, that's, again, the trader demons is like this weird fucking thing that occurs sometimes where you're like, some part of you doesn't think you're worthy and like blows it up, and you're like, what the hell are you doing, man? Yeah. You got that post? I'd love to look. You mentioned it the other day. I just didn't look back. I'm lazy. Sorry. Do you have that at some point? I'd love to read it. I think the thing we were talking about, I definitely concur, and it was like to not think about trading while you're trading. Just wait for the setup to appear. The undeniableness of it. Yep. Yeah, agreed. Back of the hand. Know it like the back of your hand. Okay. Saved it. We got Omni Slash equipped for next time. Yay. The 5-minute jitters. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, nice. Thanks for sharing. Those are some good 7 rules right there. Yeah. Frugal. I got the frugal thing pretty much. Stopping when I'm up. Quick and deadly. I trade defensively without giving back. Yeah, pretty much. I agree with every single one. Mm. I guess that makes the most sense. Like the wording for like trade defensively. It's like I used the words like don't trade to make money. Yeah, it's basically you're trading to protect your money, and you're trading to just yeah, desire, dedication, determination, discipline. Yeah. Yep, the different colors. You do. The 4Ds. Sounds about right. I mean, there's a lot of strange X Files. That's more like Fringe, though. I the I watched this documentary about that actually, and X Files is adjacent to that because it's on the same network. It was Fox, but basically Fox was going bankrupt, and the one show that saved them was Married with Children. And it opened the door because it became so successful because these conservative groups tried to protest against it, and it was like a Streisand effect which got more people watching it, and then it opened the door to like In Living Color, Simpsons, X-Files, like it was the only profitable show Fox had for like years, and then they were about to close the doors, and then it opened up that alternative pop culture thing where it's like you have people who are failures as the main character instead of like, the Leave It to Beaver type thing. But yeah, that was Married with Children. Did I? Open in 15. Yep. It was the girl boss. Yep. Mm-hmm. Or the like, the career woman that knows best. Let's see what. Yes, has like 360 lot at 7,000. Other than that, do we got any news? Didn't check. Let me check. We do. We got jolts and PMI 30 minutes after open, I think. I'm seeing a little bit of absorption off the volume point of control if it holds this, but we'll see. Oh, that's what that was. That was cool. Hmm? Yeah. Ooh, nice. Stop at break even now. Let's go. Buenos días, señor. I'm going to just lock that in a little bit. If it pulls back, I'm out. Uh-oh, got my bookmark like glitching out. Everything else is fine though, so whatever. It's coming back now, okay. What was that about? I took the long from 785. I'm resting my stop in profit at 796.50, just below the bounce. All right. Gonna trail it aggressively now, because why not? And I'm out. They induced a 80 lot buyer at 825. They might buyer fatigue him. We'll see. It pulled back and hit my trailing, but talk about buyer fatigue. Jeez. What's up? Nice. Headphones. Just chilling. Free and clear to the open price. I miss your like old alerts things where you're like absorption bubble. Oh, that'd be cool. I took the long at 8:30. I got in. Now I'm getting paid. I saw the buyers get rewarded. Boom. Jolts the move. Yeah, we got the news in 15. Yeah, I took 600 at like, what was that? 8:55 as it pulled back. Cha-ching. Nice. It Midas touches all over your face. Mm-hmm. You just had a seller of 115 at 850 enter on NQ. If it comes below the 850 seller could be picking up strength. Otherwise, buyers in control. 10 minutes until the hour is up and the news hits. Boo, 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 boo. Needs to accelerate below 850 for this seller strength to appear. You got 114 buyer at 851 as well. So you're having a buyer hooked in for some absorption. I'm here for it. But we got 9 minutes for news, so we'll see. Another 73 buyer at 852 just entered. It's jittering beneath them. We'll see. Well, or not. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, it's creating a little node up here off the value area high just above it. Battle for the wick, 5 minutes. Again, 850 is the inflection point for buyer fatigue and seller strength. Mm-hmm. Little over 3 minutes. Here we go. If it goes below 850, I'm in. Two minutes. Yep. Coming like it's hot. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Who the her? Yeah, we got a minute. All right. All right. All right. All right. Watch your trades. Ten seconds. Jitter, jitter, jitter. Here we go. And that break to 850 got me in, and I'm paid. Holy shit. And I'm out. Oh, shit. Talk about setting it up and doing it. Oh, my goodness. That 850 buyer absorption player, dude. That was smooth as. Holy bejesus. And that is a past 150K on Top Step right there. Cha-ching. All right. We'll just punt it tomorrow. I'm not even going to touch this after this, whatever. Lock me out. Okay. We're at settlement, by the way. Settlement at 8:32 or 8:22. Sorry, we're below it. Why cough? Well, you cough when you have something in your throat. That's why. Why not cough? This is the volume point and control as well. That was an interesting pop of that. Booyah. Peace. Yeah, I'll be with you guys till the 15-minute close. It's nice to see everyone like killing it in their own fashion. It's awesome. Yeah, that was the eval passed with that drop there. That's why I was just like, did you see that link to those headphones that I got recommended on a commercial on YouTube that was oddly suited to me? Here, I'll post it again. But it's uh but it's like a vacuum tube headset, and it's like for audio files. Yeah. But I was like, I wonder, like, I did some digging on like reviews, and it seems pretty good. So I might splurge a little if the next payout goes through. Good question. I didn't hear anyone complain about it in the reviews. Right. But the way the buttons work, like how you tap the side for the volume to go up and everything, the only problem is it bleeds sound, but yeah, it looks cool as shit. A reference grade 2-channel system. That would be cool. Having like a real system on your head. It gets up to 20 hours per charge, so that's a plus. Like my earbuds like die after like an hour and a half. I'm like, what the heck, man? I hate earbuds. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I forget to check, and then I hop on a bicycle or something, or go running, and I'm like, damn it, I have this window, and if I didn't check it just right, then We got 115 buyer at 861 that just entered here. This guy could get absorbed, or he knows something we don't, and it's going up. Well, we already broke the. We're kind of back where we started, so that could have been the trap was sprung, and now we're looking to stab at the highs again. Seems more likely at this point with those rejection wicks on the 1,000 tick to the downside on the last two. Using that 121 buyer as a defender theory, you could hide behind 861 as the theory being negated or not. It's an eval trader, Joe. It's not real, but hey, it's past, so it can be real now. I'm putting the Apex on. Oh, they took the money out on the Apex, so that means that it got approved. Nice. Well, then it looks like I'm getting some new headphones. And a punching dummy. Why not? They have an ask question thing there. Yeah, it was a good. I did like 777s at the end of the year, and that got approved. And now this for the home run, so that's pretty good. Yeah, we're butting our head against some range here. Where is this? What are we looking at? We're looking at December 29th range. Like there's a high resistance range on December 29th and 26th, like that whole Christmas time that we're kind of rejecting here. All right. Technically, we can trade the Apex again, but I'll do it tomorrow, whatever. No rush. It's funny because my work, like they don't pay salary, they pay hourly for whatever reason. And so the New Year's holiday, I didn't work and I didn't want to come in extra hours, so they're gonna like end up docking my pay for December. And from a outside perspective that doesn't know I do trading, it would be like, why is he doing that? And it's like, because I made more than you give me. Because it's like, you know, and that's why trading's awesome, because you can just have FU money. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm not coming in extra hours. I don't care what you want. I just do it for the health care for my kids and all that. And this will be the last year so I can start up my own school. I don't like being beholden to anyone. The volume point of control shifted to 857, so we made that into the node, and we just are now rejecting the settlement, it looks like, maybe. Aurora. It's the same as my company for my curriculum system. I'm just gonna like do it myself. Where is that? You want to see the logo? Let's see, where is that? This was my logo animation I made for my company. I dip and dabble in a little bit of everything just so you know how it's done. Everything becomes a time sink though, so you gotta like pick and choose where you put your units of time. Oh, you got the laptop? That's cool. Nice. Do. Nice. You got a nice TV, Byron. Nice. Brian, the Believer. Got it on the TV. Oh, yeah. The Greatest Nothing's talking about their fake generated frames. So they give you like 120 frames per second, but for every real frame, the AI generate 5 more similar ones with predictive, like where they think you're going. So talk about like bloom and ghost shooting and like first person shooters, like you might be shooting where somebody no longer is because the AI generated where they think they might be. Did you say roster? Yeah, but it's just going to be this weird thing where, like, half the things you're seeing aren't even really there. That's enters a new domain we haven't been to yet. Yeah, this is literally diddling in the middle unless it breaks up above here, but yeah, it's you can do it. Yeah, internal. It's like got two. A miracle or something. Yeah. Right. It becomes like you get married to a theory that was concocted, rather than like just taking the low hanging fruit. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, exactly. Come on, guy. I'm not your buddy guy. Oh, geez. Geez, Saddam. When is the Steam box thing coming out? Do you know tentatively? I was like, yeah, right. For reals. Like that was really what I like. My wife has a Switch too, but I'm not really a fan of Nintendo's nickel and diming these days, so I'm not really big into it. But it's for kids, really. Yeah, exactly. Oops. The thing I was looking at, yeah, exactly. The what woke is talking about, the ROG ally or something. Like I was thinking about the ROG. Like that's what I was looking at before the Steam box came out, and then I was like, wait, which one's gonna be more bang for your buck? Like, and I don't necessarily have an opportunity to game like portably, but yeah, having that option might be nice, you know? So like I was thinking of like having like a ROG ally that you plug into like a like a HDMI dock that like goes to a monitor if you need it. Yeah, I had a Game Gear, a Neo Geo Pocket. I had everything. I was like straight up gamer. I had a 3DO, man. 3DO. And it was literally a CRT, you know, like the portable color game thing. The Game Gear was a CRT television with like a side screen that, you know, projected it at an angle, you know. That was funny. But it got such shitty battery life. It was like an hour. Oh man. Sega. It was like Sega's Game Boy. It was ahead of its time, but it was the battery was so big. Dun, 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 dun. I can hear the music of Sonic. Do, 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 do. Like I can just hear it seeing that, you know. Back when I was in school, we had to charge it to play because it got an hour of battery life tops. You had to sit plugged into the wall. I remember. Like, I was, I still have my Neo Geo Pocket. The Neo Geo Pocket had some really good control. Like, they had like, what was it? They had that King of Fighters game and stuff. Like, Neo Geo was good at like arcade games. So had some pretty good ports for a portable system. I had like Bubble Bobble or whatever you want to call it. I had some puzzle games and stuff. That one was decent, but yeah, I knew all the like rare systems back in the day. That's why I said I had a 3DO and stuff. Like I had Sega CD and 3DO and nice. I'm gonna head out too. That was a decent day. That low hanging fruit drop at the open or the news drop. Have a good one, lady gents. I don't know if there's any ladies or lady boys or anything, but uh yeah. Stay frugal, stay positive, stay blessed. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.